Hi everyone, welcome to KBTechnology. Today our topic is Docker container. So we can discuss about how we will use Docker container with ASP.NET Core 7. So these are the topic we are going to discuss today. How to use Docker container, what all Docker command frequently used for managing Docker container. We will use Visual Studio for creating an ASP.NET Core application, how we'll create Docker image build version, and how to configure code for Docker container. Okay. So first, I'll show you from where you can download the Docker tool. So let's open a Chrome browser. So here you can type docker.com, and here you need to click on Docker desktop, and here you will get multiple options like download for Mac, Apple chip, download for Linux. So you need to download for the Windows. Okay. So once you'll download and install this software, so it will looks like this one. So here you would get an option of container, image, and everything you will get it here. So since I wanted to show you from the beginning, from the scratch, so that's why I don't have any, container here. So I don't have any images here. So what I'll do here, I'll just create one demo project from Visual Studio. So let's open Visual Studio 2022, and we'll create a new project. So new project, you need to select, ASP.NET Core Web App Model View Controller, and then you need to click on Next. So here you need to give some project name. Let's give Docker demo and click on Next. So here you will get an option of, enable Docker or not. So if you are enabling the Docker, then means while creating your project, it will configure your Docker file as well. So, and here you can select the framework version, .NET framework version, since I have selected .NET 7.0, which is a standard term, support. And here also we have, Docker OS option, where you can select Windows or a Linux. So here I'm selecting Linux option. Even though authentication type is here, you can select anyone you want. So I'm selecting individual accounts now. So let's create. So here, if you can see, you have this project is created now, and this Docker file is configured here along with this project. So what this Docker file? So just open it and see what all configurations are there. See here, they are showing working directory, what all working directory they are using, what all, where they are publishing the images, where they are building the images. So these all things are, configuration details are, you will get it in the Docker file, which all port they are exposing like 440, 443, and what all version, application version it is. So that also you will get it here. So now, that Docker project is created here, Docker demo project, and I'll show you in the Docker tool how this, image and container is created, and it is showing here. See, so we have created a project. Now in the container, Docker demo is created with two ports, which is 443 and 80, which is shown there in the Docker file. It is exposing that this 443 and 880 port. Even though if you see in the image, so you have the image details here, Docker demo, and one system generated image has been created here. So these two images is created here. And now I will show you, like, we have some Docker command. You can use that for, see all those details, like what all running container we have, what are images we have in the Docker tool. So that command from the command itself, you can use that and you can get all those details there. So come back to the Visual Studio and there is tool option where you have the under command line, there is a developer PowerShell window. So if you open this PowerShell, just clear the screen and type docker ps. So ps, it will show you the container details, like container, what container ID is there, what is image name, where, what command, what, when it is created. See, it's in 1 minute back it has created, and a status it will show, and what all ports they are using. That things this command will show. Second thing, docker image ls, it will show you the list of docker image. Like, they have now docker demo image, which we have created through the Visual Studio, and second is system generated image, which is, it has created. Now another command is docker container ls. It will show you the running container, whatever the running container we have, it will show you here. Like, see, this is the running container here currently, which is created 2 minutes back, and which are the port it is running. It will show you. Now, suppose you had worked yesterday in your project, something you made changes and you created an image in the Docker tool. And today you had there is some requirement came and you make some changes there, and there is some new changes you have done in your project. So there should be a, so you have to create a new build, and how you can create a new image version there with the along with that build, so that if there is a requirement, you have to deploy in the production. But in Docker tool, you will get several images there, right? Whenever you are building the application, it will create an image there. So how you can identify, okay, which is the latest image version, so that we can deploy that version in the production. So for that, what you can do, you can create a build with the same Docker image with different version. So for that, you need to write a command, docker build -t is the tag name, which is the versioning you are saying, docker demo v2. Okay, so I'm giving the version name, like, see, docker build build -t, that is a tag it says. But you can understand, like, it's giving the version name, and -f, it is giving the path where you are generating this image version. So I'm giving docker demo slash docker. So what is this one? So this is Docker demo, and this one I wanted to give here Docker file. So I need to give here Docker file. Okay. So this Docker demo is your project name, where it is the path, and then under there Docker file, right? So there I am creating some image. Okay. Okay. So it is some mistake here. I need to put dot here. See, it has started creating a new build with the version name Docker demo v2. So started building the image. Still running. Now it's completed. So now you can see here, in the Docker tool, you can have image, right? So you can see there's a new tag created, Docker demo. Okay. So this is, when I have created the project, that time it created a image Docker demo with the tag dev by default. And there was another image, it was created by this Microsoft system generated image. But I am purposefully just created a one new version of that same image with the new build. So here, you can identify, okay, this is my latest image, and I need to deploy only this image to the production. From that, we can differentiate the image, which one is the latest one, and which one I should have to deploy in the production. Okay. So these are the things, you have must know about how you can versioning the image and all. So now I'll explain you through the Visual Studio. In Visual Studio, also you can directly build the application, build the Docker. And suppose I need to run the Docker. What you can do here? Here you need to select the Docker option. Okay, here several options you have IS, HTTP, HTTPS. Then you need to have what you need to do. You have to select the Docker version, and just click on that. So I wanted to show you once you run this application through the Visual Studio, here also you can Visual Studio also having option to show the entire thing, like what all container it is and what all other details it is. See, it is redirecting to some localhost 32770, right? And now I'll show you, like, in the Visual Studio, you can see the container details, right? Docker demo here. What images here? You can see the images here. These are the images it has created. And what labels, what details is there, that is also it would show here. Now, container, what all option we have? We have environment details. What all environment is here? Like what ASP.NET version we are using, what ASP.NET Core environment it is, what all ports, what all URL it is. Everything it will show here. Port, you get it here, means what all port it is using. So these are things it is using 3271, localhost 3270, and container port is 80 and 443. So these are things you can see the details here as well from the Visual Studio. Okay. So now you are seeing your page is loading through, you know, here it is started loading 3270, right? Let me come to Docker tool, and I will show what our port is here in the container. It is showing two port, right? One is for HTTP and one is for HTTPS. If I'll click on this one, it is not loading because it's the HTTPS. So if I'll put the HTTPS, it will start loading the application, right? And now if the another port, whatever it is, it is 8, this one, simple HTTP. So it is redirecting as expected. So now I'll explain how you can configure different port, different host name, how you can configure it through the Docker command. Okay, so I'll stop this here. I'll stop this Visual Studio, and now I'll configure. So currently we have 3270 and 32771, right? So I'll configure the another port now. So I'll do docker run minus hyphen it hyphen rm hyphen p 8080 port. I'll give 80 docker demo v2. See, it start read listening 8080 port now. So now I'll go and I'll do local host. What was that? 3272 it was, right? Earlier the port here, it is 32771, sorry. 327770 and 771. So this is HTTPS is also not working. And if I'll give 771, this is also not working. But if I will give 8080, see, it started working. Because what I did, I configured the port 8080 here to start listening our container with this port. So I'll show you it in the Docker tool as well. It has created another container which is running on 8080, which is 1 minute back, right? So no matter your Visual Studio is running or not, if you configure this, port and all from this Docker command, if it is Visual Studio running or not, it will start working this, local host. That's the thing. Today our topic, whatever we discussed, which will cover all entire these 5 points, right? So thank you very much for watching this video, and please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.